All right, guys, so the C8 Corvette Z06 information well has been pretty dry, up until today, that is, and today we get a really big piece of information. Let's jump right into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. Thanks so much for pressing play. Today we do get some C8 Corvette Z06 information, and yeah, it's a big one. All right, guys, so like I said there in the beginning, the C8 Corvette Z06 information well has been pretty dry lately. There hasn't been much going on, nothing from GM, and really nothing even on the rumors end of everything. And honestly, I came across a comment on the internet about 3 or 4 days ago that looked really official, and I kind of passed it off because I wasn't 100% sure it had any kind of merit behind it. But now it is also being reported on the mid-engine-corvette-forum.com, and I'm sure it's going to start spreading like wildfire all over the internet, so I thought I would jump on this and get this out to you guys as soon as possible. What am I talking about? I am talking about the possibility that the Z06 is going to start production sometime in April. Real quick though, guys, before we continue, if you could please go ahead and smash that thumbs up button, let the YouTube algorithm know you are liking this content so it can be shared with all of the other Corvette enthusiasts out there. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me and it helps my channel. If you could also subscribe while you're at it and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future content like this, it would literally mean the world to me. Now, the way that this comment is worded actually implies that it could possibly start even earlier than April. Now, if you guys have followed my channel at all, this actually makes a lot of sense because there was a lot of rumor in the beginning that the allocation info was going to come out around March, which definitely puts a month or so in between actual production. So if we have the allocations and people are placing their orders, these C8 Corvette Z06s could potentially be starting production as early as April. Now, of course, if you guys are like me, this is an absolute fantastic piece of information. I didn't think that the car was going to come that soon. I was thinking we were looking at late summer to early fall of 2022 at the absolute earliest, but now it looks like this car might actually arrive even sooner than that. Real quick, guys, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is again going to be the guys over at Hyperion. They have recently redesigned the Key Fob Security Case once again, and now it is just a pop top. So you just open it up like this, and there's magnets up there that will actually snap it closed and keep your key protected. Now, the reason for a case like this is automotive theft. The signal that travels from the key to your car can actually be stolen, and then they can use that later to get into your car and steal it. Now, inside of this case, you can actually put your key right in there, close up the top, and now that signal is interrupted and it cannot be stolen. So this would be best at night, sitting beside your nightstand with your key in it so no one could ever possibly do this to you. A lot of you out there are probably thinking that doesn't sound like it's overly real, but one of my subscribers recently reached out to me and had a car stolen in California. It was a Mercedes, and this would have actually prevented that particular theft from happening. And even if you're not looking for security, this is a good way to store a key inside of your car without your car knowing that it's there. Now, the best part is, guys, you can save 35% and get free shipping on this just by checking out the link down below and for being a horsepower obsessed fan. Now, to jump right into it, the comment comes on a YouTube channel. I, of course, found it on that YouTube channel a couple days ago, but like I said, it has popped up again on the Mid-Engine Corvette forum, and this is it. So basically, it says, a bit of specific manufacturing info for your viewers. The company I consult for manufactures a Z06 specific part, and they have been advised that maximum daily Z06 production, regardless of demand, will be 60 cars per day, 30 per shift. And the first day of the actual 60 per day output will be Friday, April 22nd. With approximately 260 work days per calendar year, annual max production will be around 15,500 Z06s. Now, there's actually a couple reasons why this sounds legit to me, but the biggest one is the fact that they are going to be limiting Z06 production to around 15,000 a year. I've been told for about a year now from specific dealerships that I work with that the Z06 was not going to be as big of a production as the base C8 was. Now, as of right now, due to cutbacks and the tornado damage and all that stuff, the Corvette plant is not producing as many Corvettes as they want to, but initially they were geared to make 40,000 C8 Corvettes per year. Obviously, obviously the C8 Corvette Z06 is going to be much lower than that. Now, what that's going to do is drive an absolute insane demand. So right off the bat, these dealerships charging $50,000 to $200,000 over MSRP are pretty likely to actually get that, because the car is going to be even harder to get than the base C8 Corvette. Now, that's not exactly a great thing as far as I'm concerned. I don't like the idea that dealerships are charging over MSRP for any of these cars, but at the same time, it does come down to simple supply and demand. And of course, with only 15,000 units being produced, at a best case scenario, there's going to be a lot of demand and not a whole lot of supply to go around. Now, with all that said, the next part that really makes this comment stand true to me is the fact that this particular person is pulling this information from a company that he consults for. So I actually know a couple different people that work in the composite style field. So the people that are actually producing the products for Chevrolet for use on their C8 Corvettes, and there are gigantic issues with getting the material to actually create the composites for GM. So those are the people that are going to know before anybody else what Chevy is doing, because they're the ones that are actually providing the material for Chevy to use to build these cars. Now, the only drawback on this particular comment, or something that kind of invalidates it, is the fact that a lot of this information is probably pre-tornado issues. So recently, if you guys aren't familiar with it, the Corvette Bowling Green plant was actually hit by a tornado that really did a lot of damage. I saw a couple estimates online showing millions of dollars worth of damage already, and that has no doubt set Chevy back quite a bit with production across the board. So this particular comment is very likely pre-tornado. So even though this is saying Friday, April 22nd will be their full day of absolute max output, odds are good that has shifted by at least a week or two. So we might not actually see the car being pushed out of that factory at absolute max production until May at this point. But even then, if we dig deep into this comment, it's not actually saying that April 22nd was the date that the car would initially be built. This was saying that April 22nd was the day that max production would take place, meaning odds are very good this car is going to start production a lot earlier than that, possibly the beginning of April or even the end of March. And that is absolutely fantastic. That means this car is coming a lot sooner than any of us suspect. Now, as always, guys, this is a comment on a YouTube channel that has been shared on the midenginecorvetteforum.com. So you definitely want to take this with a grain of salt. This is not necessarily 100% fact. I do like the way it's worded, and I do like the fact that it has caught some people's attention, because it does seem legit to me. And honestly, I'm hoping it is, because I cannot get my hands on a C8 Corvette Z06 soon enough. But anyway, guys, what do you think about this? Do you think that this comment looks legit? Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts and impressions on this, because I'm super pumped. Whenever I see news like this about the Z06, I go into absolute crazy fanboy mode. So I want this comment to be true, but I'm curious what you guys are thinking. Let me know down below. Now, one more piece of information that actually kind of helps validate this particular comment is the fact that the 2023 C8 Corvette production is going to begin on May 9th. Now, we actually did a video about this not too long ago. I'll link up to the top right of this one if you want to check it out. But basically, May 9th is the start of the 2023 model year for the Corvettes, and there was some confusion as to whether or not the 2023 C8 Corvette production date would also include the C8 Corvette Z06. It doesn't have to, but at the same time, it made sense that it would, because obviously they're both 2023 model year cars. With this particular comment saying that they were going to start ramping up around April 22nd, now likely to be pushed back a little bit because of the tornado issues, I realistically could see the 2023 C8 Corvettes across the board, including the Z06, actually starting production May 9th. If that's the case, though, guys, you are literally talking about seeing some of the C8 Corvette Z06s as early as late May, possibly early June. That's still a little bit earlier than what I was suspecting. After watching the initial launch video from GM, I was thinking somewhere more like late summer, early fall. That is still a possibility. Like I said, we want to take all of this information with a grain of salt, but at the same time, a lot of these dates are starting to line up in a way that tells me this car is coming earlier than we suspected. I'm freaking pumped. I can't wait to get this car. It is going to be an absolute blast. Every time I see a picture of this new C8 Corvette Z06, I literally get all giddy giddy inside. I cannot wait to see this thing in the flesh and to drive it. But like I said, guys, let me know what your thoughts are down below. I am very curious to hear what you think of this possible production period for the C8 Corvette Z06. I can't get enough of talking about this car, so let's start a conversation in the comment section down below. As always, guys, I will link the information in the description down below for the Mid-Engine Corvette forum, where you can find the conversation about this and the actual comment from YouTube in there as well, just so you can kind of dig through the information for yourself to see if you agree or disagree. But guys, that is going to do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw, please smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content so I can keep creating videos like this for you. I love bringing the C8 Corvette news to you, especially on the Z06, and it always ends up turning into a great conversation between Corvette lovers. It is absolutely fantastic. So guys, please smash the thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are about this whole thing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of information like this coming that you are not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.